Well, Boro have a massive game at the weekend with the visit of Arsenal to the Riverside, a game that always captures the imagination of the fans. Gareth unfortunately has a few injury problems to worry about, particularly at the back, where he could be forced with bringing in two full-backs after Andrew Taylor and Justin Hoyt broke down with injuries this week. That is a real worry. I suppose it's an opportunity for someone like Tony McMahon to stake a claim in the side after he's played particularly well for Sheffield Wednesday while being out on loan. And so he's certainly got matches under his belt. Gareth's also pondering whether to bring Seb Hines into the equation. He can play at left back or centre back. And you've also got players like Matthew Bates, who's played at right back and the centre. So really, it's a little bit up in the air at the moment. Pogatet's is obviously going to try and play through the pain barrier again, like he did at Hull following his shoulder injury. David Wheatley serves a one-match ban, of course. Robert Huth should be somewhere near fitness and has a good chance of starting, although Gareth will be reluctant to risk him too much. He hasn't had any football of note over the last few months. So problems at the back, not so many problems perhaps in midfield and up front, although again the question mark over Alves remains. Is he going to start finding his scoring touch? Tomorrow will be an ideal opportunity, of course. Mado again injured, he won't be considered. So not too many options for Gareth. Interestingly, this week the transfer rumour bills has kicked into overdrive. We've had Tallentire linked with Chelsea for £8 million, although we've had nothing official from either Chelsea or Middlesbrough on that, other than for Gareth to say that the price quoted was ridiculous, and £8 million certainly seems that way when you consider Chelsea paid £16 odd million for full-backs in the past. Tallentire, though, is a player that's going to attract interest of the top four clubs and perhaps interest from the top European clubs, such as the impact he's made since he came to England 18 months ago. He's one of those players you can see slotting into a team like Arsenal or Manchester United. He's a very good footballer, very comfortable with the ball at his feet. Aside from that, we've heard the remarkable news coming out of Spain that Adam Johnson has been added to their shopping list. Obviously, Juande Ramos has gone there from Tottenham, so he will be aware of Johnson. Although it seems slightly surprising that they would be interested in taking a player who's still got very limited first team experience under his belt to effectively one of the most competitive leagues in the world, and a club that really is particularly unforgiving to young players regardless of their pedigree. You would have thought perhaps Stuart Downing would have been the obvious candidate for Real Madrid if they need a left-sided midfielder. Nonetheless, it's a story that probably won't go away for a few days, though, as I said, again, nothing official from either Real Madrid or Middlesbrough, although we are aware of the fact that Middlesbrough haven't got cash to spend in this transfer window, and Gareth really has to sell to buy, but you wouldn't have thought he'd want to sell his prime assets.